Iman is belief that I can get closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I can get better. He will forgive me whatever my sins are. No matter how distant I feel right now, today, I can get up and get close to Him. If I take one step towards Him, He will run towards me. These are His promise. A wise man is the one who takes account of himself and sees what he can do for after death. And the foolish man is the one who continues to live by his whims. And why we pray, أَقِمِ الصَّلَاةَ لِلذِّكْرِ. Objective is not to come and pray and get reward. Objective is, Quran says, establish prayer for my remembrance. Brothers and sisters, it is quite natural for us to sometimes feel as if we have lost charge, we feel down, we feel a bit purposeless and plotless. And this is human nature. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created us like that. And that is why He has provided us a whole system of ibadat and various other instructions and teachings to get ourselves up. Life is about going down and getting up, committing sins and seeking forgiveness. You're not going to become angels. You're going to remain human beings. And that is being human being. As you know, the only, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala placed, I've said this again, placed Adam alayhi salam in Jannah, the only action and only training and teaching that was given to him was how to get up after you make a mistake. And that was enough for him to fulfill the role of being Khalifatullah on this earth. That is continuous revival and improvement. But I was thinking that if we feel down, it's actually like we've lost charge. You know, you can have the best of gadgets, one is here in front of me, or your mobile phone that we depend so much. Our life is completely dependent on this phone. When I'm traveling somewhere and you're depending on your Google map, your map on your phone, you know what happens when you lose the charge? Phone is dead. You can't get to where you're going anymore. And this phone can be as advanced as possible with the latest software, latest gadget. But if it doesn't have the charge, it is a useless piece of device. It's no good for you at all. So when we lose charge, the same. We have all the knowledge, everything we know. If we haven't the charge, we actually cannot do much. And that charging is what I would say is the process which has been referred to in the Quran. I would say is Tazkiyah, self-purification. And the emphatic verses, قَدْ أَفْلَحَ مَنْ زَكَّاهَا. And the emphasis is on doing it continuously. Zakkaha, one who purifies his self, his nafs, he has indeed achieved success, reached his destination. قَدْ أَفْلَحَ. Look at the format. In the past, he has achieved it. The certainty that with Tazkiyah, we can charge ourselves up again and get to our destination of finding Allah's mercy, His forgiveness, and inshaAllah His Jannah. قَدْ أَفْلَحَ مَنْ تَزَكَّى. Surah Al-Alaq. قَدْ أَفْلَحَ مَنْ تَزَكَّى. One who has purified himself has indeed achieved success. And even when it is said, قَدْ أَفْلَحَ الْمُؤْمِنُونَ, indeed believers have succeeded. 3 verses later it says, الَّذِينَ هُمْ لِلزَّكَاةِ فَاعِلُونَ. And some of us said, it's not just zakat, because zakat is normally the word used is paying, zakat, but it is being active and busy in purifying themselves. So it is a tazkiyah, that's the process of charging ourselves and keeping ourselves charged. You know, the phone is charging every day. And tazkiyah is daily process, continuous process of charging ourselves. You've come here to charge ourselves, because form of tazkiyah. So what's the process? The process of tazkiyah is a very vast subject, many books on this. You can read and understand. So in a short khutbah, in a few minutes, I thought I'll share 3 very important dimensions of being able to undertake the process of tazkiyah. 3. Number 1, we need to have iman. You know, you won't put your phone on a charger at all if you know it's dead. It's not going to be held by the charge. Something gone wrong, it's crashed. You can keep charging it. If you don't have that belief, do not even try that. And what do I mean by iman? You think I mean iman in Allah, in Rasul, in Akhirah. No. I'll talk about the extension of that iman. The extension of that iman is belief that I can get closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I can get better. He will forgive me whatever my sins are. No matter how distant I feel right now today, I can get up and get close to Him. If I take one step towards Him, He will run towards me. These are His promise. I just need to go towards Him, I'll achieve my purpose, my destination. That is what iman is. One thing is to believe in Allah, but have no real faith that I can be with Him, close to Him, or there's hope for myself. Too many of us have ruled that possibility out. And we don't see it, perhaps, happening. So we just let days pass. And we don't even start the process of tazkiyah, getting us, I can be better tomorrow. In terms of my Islam, my deen, my relationship with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I can become better. That's what iman is. Because you believe in Allah, that you have to believe in this dimension as well. Without this dimension, the belief in Allah is not incomplete, because you're not really believing in Ar-Rahman, Ar-Rahim, His mercy. That no matter how many sins we have committed, till we close our eyes, till we take our last breath, there's hope for me and for every human being. He can turn to Allah. Amazing. Life is a life of endless opportunity, as long as life is with us. And we are sitting here, we are alive, we have that opportunity. Second part of is hisab. Ihtisab. There's a hadith Ibn Majah. It says a foolish man, a wise man is the one who takes account of himself and sees what he can do for after death. And the foolish man is the one who continues to live by his whims, by your whims, his whims, indulging in hopes with Allah. That, we just live, that, Allah somehow will see me through. He's the merciful, mercy giving. I don't really do anything, change anything. I don't take account of my life. So take hasibu qabla an tuhasibu, as also said. Umar radiallahu said. Take your account before you are summoned to give account. Better to take your account today. Imagine we are reached our grave. Relatives have gone. They buried you. You can't hear. It's complete darkness. Your chance is finished, is over. Imagine that. It can happen tomorrow. It can happen next minute. So we imagine that, make a process. Every 5 times prayer we take our account. Taking self-accountability is very important. My financial integrity, moral integrity, of qawl, of amal, what have I said, my tongue, in terms of my life purpose, where my resources are going. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala giving me time, my money, what attracts all of these things? Where do I invest these things? What am I investing in? All these are the questions we should ask ourselves to be able to do the process of tazkiyah. These two dimensions are really nothing more than plugging your phone in. But it still doesn't work unless there's current. There's no current in the socket, it's not going to get charged. You can get the fast charger, fastest charger, everything, unless the third dimension, I would say, the current is dhikr, remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's why it says, قَدْ أَفْلَحَ مَنْ تَذَكَّرَ وَذَكَرَ اسْمَ رَبِّهِ فَصَلَّى. Immediately. One who has purified has succeeded. وَذَكَرَ اسْمَ رَبِّهِ فَصَلَّى. And he has remembered the name of his Lord and prayed. And why we pray? أَقِمِ الصَّلَاةَ لِذِكْرِي. Objective is not to come and pray and get reward. Objective is, the Quran says, establish prayer for my remembrance. So if during the prayer all I remember is my work, my business, other issues, but no remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala or your Lord, then prayer doesn't achieve its purpose. And dhikr is a very comprehensive thing. It is remembering, it's where you see it's the heart, the nourishment of the heart, which frees our heart from diseases. Diseases are in the heart. فِي قُلُوبِهِمْ مَرَضٍ. In the heart is the disease. And it is the one who brings qalb salim, he is the one who achieves success. Is the heart is the carrier. This is the battery. This is the carrier of the charge. And the charge is the dhikr, the remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And for this, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us the Quran to connect ourselves to. There must not a day pass, I hope and wish and pray for any one of us here, when he or she does not open the Quran and reads even one verse. No matter how tired you are, one verse, two verses in the morning. Start the day. This is form of dhikr, remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Salah is remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And you need to get the habit of dhikr. Instruction given is وَاصْبِرْ نَفْسَكَ مَعَ الَّذِينَ يَدْعُونَ رَبَّهُمْ بِالْغَدَاةِ وَالْعَشِيِّ. And وَاصْبِرْ نَفْسَكَ, and make yourself content with those who are calling upon their Lord morning and evening. يُرِيدُونَ وَجْهَ. These are the people who are calling upon the Lord, seeking His face, His pleasure. That's what they're seeking. The company is important. The habitat in which we live. The habitat of people who are working for deen, who are seeking Allah's pleasure, doing good things, joining them, being part of them. وَلَا تَعْدُ أَيْنَاكَ عَنْهُمْ تُرِيدُ زِينَةَ الْحَيَاةِ الدُّنْيَا. And do not let your eyes go away from these people in pursuit of the pleasures of this life. So the pleasures of this life, the luxuries of this life, the money and all the things of dunya should not take us away from that company, those people who are seeking Allah's pleasure. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala enable us, give us a tawfiq to do our tazkiyah on a daily basis, consciously believe in the process of tazkiyah, believe that we can purify our soul, we can become better. Remember Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, live in His presence, the conscious of mind that we are going to return to Him, the conscience that nothing happens to us, nothing good comes to us, no harm comes to us except by the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.